running out of
Matt, Johnny, B, David, Constance, Gustav. We're at Grosvenor Square.
We're at Grosvenor Square.
They didn't talk to us, they just made that decision. We don't want you here, we don't want to know what you're doing, go away, get your banner off our fence, and that was it.
Looking around the square.
Well, yeah, like what kind of feelings do you get? What kind of vibes, if you like?
Machine guns.
Yeah, bad cops, shitty embassy, nice garden.
This is a statue of Roosevelt. It was put up in 1948 to commemorate Roosevelt as president during World War II. On each of the corners of the statue there are the dates that he was elected. The UK citizens funded this statue. The memorial shows that the UK supported America during World War II and that they were unified in their relationship.
This is the Eagle Squadron Memorial. It was put up in 1986 and it commemorates 244 American Air Force members and 16 British Air Force members as they fought for Great Britain before American involvement in the Second World War.
Hey, do you want to know about the 9/11's about?
Hell's yeah!
It was built in 2003, 2 years after the September 11th attacks in the USA. It's meant to remember and commemorate the victims, specifically the 67 British citizens who lost their lives in the fight. Their names are inscribed on the wall there. Underneath this plaque here, there's a steel piece of the towers from the attack. It's meant to show the bond between the US and the UK in the face of adversity.
Cool.
The Eisenhower statue was unveiled in 1989. There's a strong focus on like his military relationship with the UK, hence why he's dressed in military uniform. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars around the statue because he was a 5-star general during the war. He's also looking into his old war room where he planned D-Day attacks. Yeah, there's very little mention about what he did as a president. Like particularly because there was a turbulent relationship in the Suez Crisis.
Here we have a statue of Ronald Reagan erected in 2011. He is obviously quite an influential figure in our special relationship. He had a very good rapport with Margaret Thatcher in the 80s and was also a symbol of the Cold War, hence the reason why there is a fragment of the Berlin Wall just here. For these reasons, he's been commemorated in Grosvenor Square.
Here we can see the American Embassy. It's the biggest US embassy in Western Europe. It was opened in 1960 and designed by Eero Saarinen. You can also see the big eagle up there, which has a wingspan of over 11 meters and was designed by Theodore Rozak. Now this embassy is soon going to move to Nine Elms due to security concerns, and the new opening for the other embassy is estimated for 2017.
Right guys, I'm going to talk about protests. So as we know, the US Embassy has been the site of many big protests. We've got the 1968 anti-Vietnam protest where 10,000 people came here. 2003 we had the Stop the War Coalition coming here with 3,000 people. And then just last week we had the Ferguson protest. So many protests here. Too many to count. Great site for a protest. And look what we've stumbled on here. We actually have our own protest here against the US Embassy. Now we've got to think why people protest here. Why? Is it just because it's the US Embassy? No. We're saying that it's because Anglo-US relationship The US is going up, the UK is going down, so people are a bit annoyed about that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for following our virtual tour. It's been lovely having you. I'll see you on the last day of term. So now we're going to take you back to 1968 to the anti-Vietnam protest that took place here in Grosvenor Square.
Another Victoria symbol witnessed an increasingly familiar scene. In Trafalgar Square, several thousand banner-waving Peace in Vietnam demonstrators assembled. As on past occasions, they were mainly young and mainly sincere in their hopes for and efforts towards peace in the war-torn Far East nation. Then they set off to march to the American Embassy in Grosvenor Square. It was still a peaceful demonstration. At Grosvenor Square, police waited for the marchers to arrive. They'd been told there'd be no violence. Sincerely, they hoped so. But past experience had taught a hard lesson. The calm snaked into the Mayfair Square. Stewards worked to maintain order. These were some of the doves, hopeful peacemakers. But in amongst the peace-seeking crowd, there were also hawks, aggressors, troublemakers, anarchists. This was how they showed their peaceful intentions against the outnumbered police. Those who complain that the police use undue violence. Others, more rightly, compliment them on their restraint when faced with thugs, bullies and flouters of the law. How can anyone ever hope to have pleas for peace seriously considered when their terms are so violently and wrongly presented?